So as part of the Summit of the Americas, this panel was put together to really bring Latinas to talk about not just what's happening today, but also how are we envisioning the future? Looking at the road ahead, the challenges, but also the incredible opportunities. How do we work together? How do we support one another? And how do we change and transform our communities to really put them on a path to success?
Growing up in the San Fernando Valley, there was no elected official who looked like me or any of my neighbors. There were no leaders who looked like the communities that they represented. But we have seen the benefits of electing people with cultures and values similar to ours. When you elect someone who comes from your community, someone who knows the issues that we discuss oftentimes around the dinner table, that weigh on the shoulders of the very families in our neighborhoods, that's when representation is most effective.
Women in Power are implementing gender equality into their policies. Feminist movements in Latin America have really come together in the last years to really demand and ask governments to push for their most basic and fundamental rights. These movements have taken such importance and such relevance in the region that it's led to the legalization of abortion in Argentina, in Colombia, in 7 states in Mexico, and it's kind of permeating through other nations in the region. This Marea Verde, this green wave, has really shown what women can do when they unite forces to demand for the most basic and fundamental rights.
Are we bringing along our communities, but to making sure that people are at the table, raising their voices, their concerns, and making sure that the policies that we make are policies that are helping everybody?
What happens after the summit, right? Because during the summit, everything is really exciting. People are talking about it, declarations, agreements are published. But once the dust settles, that's when we need to push so that these agreements really become actionable and are put into practice. Because if not, they just end up being declarations and agreements, and the leaders are there for the picture, which is amazing. But at the end of the day, we need to make sure that this becomes actions and it becomes reality, so that Latin America and the Caribbean can become a developing, region that really has a political and economic force towards the future.